Hi. If you don't want to hear this cry for help, feel free to skip to whatever numbers on the screen to get to the actual video. For everybody else, a few months ago, it was St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, something like that. Not only did my grandfather die that day, because of course when it rains it pours, but my car sort of broke real big to the point where it was totaled. It wasn't in an accident or anything, so I couldn't get any insurance money or blah blah blah. And the shop that we took it to try and get it fixed did more damage to it, and they refused to own up to that and return the money we gave them. Lawyers couldn't do anything to help that, and if we take them to small claims court, we'll just lose more money than we would stand to gain. Essentially, I've been out of a car for 2 or 3 months now, and my job is to deliver groceries, so obviously I can't do that without a car, and I have to borrow my mom's car, which is what I'm in now, but she does the same job. And so I can only work a couple hours a day where normally I would work like 10 or more. And I just figured if I don't ask for help, I'm not going to receive any help. So if you happen to have disposable income and you would like to help out of the kindness of your soul, or you would like to support this channel, here's my Venmo, I guess. The sooner I can get, I just need money for a down payment. None of, like $1,500 is, I guess, the goal I'm going for. Neither myself nor any of my family have good credit, so I can't get a loan. And I don't have any friends that can help, because whatever. So yeah, even if you can just give $1 or anything, like every little bit helps. To be clear, I don't expect anybody to give anything. Like I said, I just figured if I don't ask for help, I'd never receive help. So maybe there's some really nice philanthropic people who will watch this video. But you know, I don't expect anybody to help, but if you do, I'd be incredibly grateful. So, thank you, and I'm sorry. On to the video, then. Introduced in 2017 and then promptly discontinued in 2021, this is the Polaroid OneStep 2, and it's quite blue. Now, normally, if I were purchasing something for myself, I wouldn't even look at blue-colored things. Not that big a fan. But this is all they had at the pawn shop. $40 I got this, and I've seen them going on eBay for hundreds of dollars for some reason. But I really, even though I don't like blue, I actually really like the color scheme of this one with the white and the blue and the orange accents. Look at that. I especially like that the shutter button is orange. The only thing that I wish it had that I've seen others have is the like rainbow Polaroid thing. I wish it was going down the center of the thing. I might customize this later to have that. This thing is an I-type camera, but it also takes a 600 film. This one does work. I've taken 2 shots with it so far. It's got the instructions on the very bottom. It says always use flash, which scares me because I don't know how to use flash. I guess I'll learn. I've actually read the manual for this one, so I know how it's supposed to operate. Apparently, you're not supposed to use it on anything closer than 2 feet, and the flash has a range of up to 8 feet, so that's that. It's got a pseudo exposure dial here that can give you plus or minus half a stop. I'm assuming this is the light meter. That's the flash. It's got a self timer. It's got these cool little LEDs up top that tell you how many images you have left. This fun on-off switch that the SX70 does not have, and that I have to constantly keep reminding myself to turn off. And then it's got a button back here to disable the flash if you want to shoot without flash. In order to do that, it's not like you click the button and the flash is off. You have to hold the button down while you take the picture. it feels nice to do, actually, because they're like right there, so it's a good pinching motion. Apparently the original ones in 2017 didn't have this piece, so it was just like a hole carved out there, so whenever you went to use it, you had to like aim up a bit or something. But this one has this. I think these were introduced in 2018, something like that, halfway through the year. Something weird the manual said was that it works best, the viewfinder works best if you use your right eye and not your left eye, which is weird. One, because I use my left eye to look through viewfinders, and two, because it says you only have to do that if you are shooting. You only have to use your right eye to look through the viewfinder and like adjust, because it's a rangefinder, it doesn't look through the lens, adjust slightly only if you are shooting things up to 1.2 meters away, which is 4 feet. So between 2 feet is the closest you can focus on, which focus, you can't focus with this thing. Anything beyond 2 feet is in focus, essentially. So shooting between 2 feet and 4 feet is when you have to actually properly adjust your thing. Everything else beyond that, I guess, is properly in frame. I don't know. But I've taken one real shot with this of some cacti. Probably play the clip now. Why does that look like that? It's all... Can't really see. It's kind of like the plastic is deformed or something. Anyway, first time shooting I-type film, which is the same as 600. It just doesn't have the battery in the cartridge. It's got the frog tongue. Let's go shoot with it, or charge it, depending on if it's dead or not. There's some cacti up here that I'm gonna take a picture of, and I'm gonna do a close enough. Now, it's obviously very bright and stuff. It says always use the flash on the bottom here somewhere, but it's also said you only need to not use the flash if you're in super bright situations. Hold on, there's a car coming. It says use flash. The flash range is like up to 8 feet. So I guess I'm gonna use flash. Here, let me flip you around. So here's the cacti. Probably gonna shoot from this angle. I gotta be careful. There's like poison oak and stuff here. But I'm gonna try and shoot like this. The sky's in the picture. I guess I'll do flash. I mean, it's super bright. I don't know. I'm just gonna do it. Directly in the center. It's plus or minus half a stop if you do that. But I'm just gonna trust the camera. This is the first shot I'm taking on it. I shot it. It's black and white. The flash did go off. This camera's much quieter than the SX70, by the way. I'm interested to see how that picture turns out, because as I said, I used the flash directly up at the sky. I don't know how that's going to work. I've never really used flash on cameras before because I was always scared of it because I don't know how it works. It's got the frog tongue, which is cool. Oh my god, it's already turning out. Holy crap. Oh my god, and I can actually see cloud detail and stuff in it too with the flash. That's so interesting. This is real weird. I have to remember to turn the camera off because this is an I-type camera. It also takes 600 film, but what I have in there now is I-type film, black and white. I have to remember to turn the camera off because it'll waste the battery. Although, I guess not really, because it says the battery life can last shooting 15 packs of film, which is insane on a full charge, and it is fully charged. So I don't know, I guess accidentally leaving it on for an hour or two isn't that bad. I don't know, but that's a long battery life. That's a lot of film. The tonal range of the Polaroid black and white film is really nice. I love black and white photography. I way prefer it to color. Doing it, I mean. I don't have an issue seeing color photography. I just think putting it in black and white is like sort of a cheat code. It just automatically always looks good. This is no exception. This looks really nice. I am so surprised the flash did not completely drown out the subject and that you can actually see cloud detail, and it's so good. It's so good. This is not at all the same quality black and white that I got out of my SX70 all those years ago. Those were super blown out and blah blah blah, and maybe that's just because the camera wasn't working for me, I guess. With this camera, it makes all of the decisions itself, essentially. You can put in a couple exposure tweaks, but whatever. This is so nice. And now that I have an actual example of how the black and white will turn out, I can visualize future subjects easier. And I'm so surprised that flash did not completely ruin the picture. First off, I'd like to apologize for the slightly grainy audio. I'm doing a weird recording setup to try and not have a bunch of noise in the background from the other people in the house. So first up, with this here cactus photo, I'd like to say that all these images were scanned with a cheapo printer thing, and that the scans barely look better than me just taking a picture with my phone. So you may see some weird artifacting and dust and stuff on the pictures. That's just to be expected. Now this first image of the cactus kind of shows off something you'll see in a bunch of other pictures that kind of throws me off a bit looking back at them, and that's that nothing really appears to be in focus. On this cactus, maybe the bottom petals and the bottom left are kind of in focus, but certainly not the middle main star cactus petals. Maybe I was too close. I thought I was further than 2 feet away, but who knows? But I love the tonal range on this image. It is excellent. Inside here, I have loaded 7 frames of Polaroid black and white I-type film. The difference between I-type and 600 is that the 600 has the battery inside the cartridge. I-type does not. So you have to charge the camera if you want to use the I-type film. Apparently the battery lasts for 15 packs of film, which is insanely long. That's just long. I think it's time to do more shooting. I am back here on floor 7 of this parking garage. If you've been watching these videos, last time I was here, I saw a cool setup thing over there, where looking down at the stairs with the light coming in, and hopefully it looks like that. Probably not, because it's noon. Well, it's probably like 1 now, and the light's coming straight down, but I'll find out. It's also kind of hazy out here, which is weird. It's also super bright. But I'm gonna see about shooting in that little dark corridor. Now, the real question, conundrum thing in my brain hole is that it says always use flash. So if I'm shooting indoors, especially over there, because it looks like it's going to be dark, if I use flash, I don't want the flash to light the whole scene, but I use flash on the cactus, and it worked perfectly. But that was outdoors with sunlight over the sunlight. The sun was somewhere. And I really don't want to waste this film. But I also want to try shooting without using the flash. I don't even know what the lighting situation is over there, so I'm going to go over there and find out. But I think I'm going to try and shoot this one indoors without flash. And again, to do that, I have to hold down this button here while I take the picture. So let's get to it. Floor 7, if you'll recall from another video, I took a picture of that clock tower. It's actually pretty much this frame right here. It's very hazy out there. I don't know what's going on. Alright, So the shot is right here. It does not look nearly as cool as it did the other day. Because I think light was coming through here and then onto the ground, maybe? Although, if I can back up in this corner, get the stairs in there too, that'd be kind of cool. Again, I don't want the flash to light the whole scene. The flash only works up to 8 feet away. That window's definitely further than 8 feet away. I think I'm just gonna go for it. And this is on black and white. I think this will look kind of cool. All right, let me set up this camera over here. Maybe, oh Jesus. Hopefully you can still see something. All right, so. Oh, there's a camera here. Let me get in the corner. Gotta turn the camera on. Oh, right eye. Hear the church bells? I want the lines kind of leading in. Got the full window in front of you. Alright. Pressing the anti-flash button. Did I mention it has the frog tongue? Which is cool. Ooh, that wall is smooth and cold. Yes, and as you can see, 6 shots left. It's got the frog tongue, and I found, at least with the cactus picture, that this black and white film develops really quickly, which is probably not accurate. It's probably the same development time as a color, but I feel like that cactus one happened real fast. Okay, right, gotta remember to turn off. Got the frog tongue. Just gonna let it bake under there for a little while. And that might be it for this location. Maybe I'll go over there. There's an aeroplane. Well, I'm still here because I was watching that footage and the picture's already developed, and I gotta say, I should have used flash. It's pretty dark. Kinda cool, pretty dark. I don't know, maybe it'll grow on me. I wonder where that light came from. It kinda looks like a light leak, but I don't remember a window being above on the stairs. Maybe it'll grow on me. But now I know. Should have just used flash. Although the lighting on the railing here is pretty perfect. And I guess you can technically make out where the railing meets the bottom. Well, maybe not in this shot, but you'll see in the scanned film. I don't know. It's not a failure, but it's not a success, at least right now. Okay, again, all the white spots on this, that's from the scan. I didn't bother cleaning them up. They are not on the actual print. And this picture did not grow on me at all. I do not like it. Sam I am. I do not like it in a pan. Should have used the flash. As you can see, the Polaroid OneStep 2 is pocketable. So there's this abandoned restaurant. I've been here once before, and the pictures I took did not work. So I'm back. And I'm hoping the police don't come and eat me, and that there's not bad things in there that'll eat me either. Now, just gotta retrieve my handy dandy camera from my chip pocket. Probably not good that I can open that without flipping the switch. Alright, so I definitely want one of the sign. First things first, I'm gonna take a picture from far away like this with the flash so I can see how flash affects things that are far away. The range of the flash is only 8 feet, so but I don't use flash, so I don't know how it's supposed to affect things that are far away. So I'm gonna take this shot first, pretty much right about here. Now here's an example of how it kind of looks like nothing in the image is in focus. The sign is kind of blurry. I would say if any piece of this is in focus, it might be the sort of lattice fence work in the bottom left. And I also noticed in the bottom corners of each of these pictures are some weird, I don't know, I guess the developing chemicals just didn't get there or something? I don't mind it. I just noticed that it's in most of these pictures. It doesn't seem like the flash really affects the image if you're taking a picture of something far away, so that's cool. I actually had to step back a bunch because this thing is not as wide as I thought it was. Oh, I'm getting the frog tongue wet. It's raining a little. Oh, some Minute Maid back there. I am a eat shit. Alright. Spooky. Oh, still got... I don't want to go in, I'm scared. If there's anybody in there, tell me now so I can run away. Nothing? Let's see what I can do about. No, I don't really have. Oh god, there's some racial slurs on that chalkboard now that I'm looking at it. Let's not show that. I'm gonna take this picture. My hand won't stop shaking. So as I said, this lens isn't as wide as I expected. So I tried to get all this in here, but I could only really get this here square. It had none of these lights or anything. So I guess I'll take another shot kind of like that. Maybe I'll go in there. Again, pretty scared. Don't look at that chalkboard. There's mean things written on it. It also shot with the flash, so I don't know. When I took the picture out of here, I swear to God, this black and white film developed faster than the color film, because it was only under there for like less than a minute, and I took it out and I can already see detail on it. So, and it didn't look like the flash messed up too much or anything at all, really, of the picture. So I guess I'll just keep shooting with flash like the instructions say. Maybe I'll take that as a shot, I don't know. Let me go this way first. Now on this one, who knows? Apparently with these here instant cameras, I struggle making the pictures level, I guess. I always feel like I'm level enough when I take them, but I guess not. This picture, it's not really anything to write home about. Don't much care for it. It's alright. Probably should have gone inside. But, you know, I was scared. Yeah, look at that. Frickin', I just took the picture and you can already see detail and stuff. It's crazy. This stuff is fast. Alright. I'm holding you with my elbow. Alright. Took about that-ish. I think I got some of that broken ceiling in. It's really impossible. For some reason, I'm kind of like deliberate with my framing, and then the instant I hit the shutter button, I immediately forget what my frame was.
this is the one. This one actually looks like something's in focus, that middle light that's hanging down. Ooh, this is the best picture I took out of the entire pack, and I love it. It actually went into my portfolio. I especially like that you can see the eggs in the bottom right on the little counter. Yeah, it's just, ooh, it's so good. You can't see the obscenities on the chalkboard. I love it. So I might do one of those. I don't think I'm going in there. But also there's these windows over here that are kind of cool. Maybe I'll take that shot. Oh, there's eggs on the counter over there. And I'm also standing in a ton of broken glass. What's around the side? Fresh local seafood. I will be shooting that. Because that is broken as hell. I guess this was the parking lot. It is now the grassing lot. My legs are being eaten alive by bugalows. We got some lights. Alright, so you've been the judge now. I have not stopped recording since I took this picture. Look at the detail on that already. It's so fast. Hold on, putting the picture in my pocket. I already forgot what I was gonna shoot. Oh, these broken ceilings. Maybe, can I take this and hold the camera with the other hand? Here, actually, I can flip. Hello. Actually, let me back up and try to get some of the broken door in frame too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry if my hand's shaking. My entire body is. Alright, I got 2 shots left. And I do not mind wasting them all here. Now this one is interesting. Because I completely did not expect the flash to blindside the outside of the building. It lit up the inside just fine, I guess, but boy, it turned the outside into just a pure white wall. Which is crazy. And that back and the bottom left of the doorway, that is way further away than 8 feet. So I really don't understand how flash works. Now, do I want to shoot this window through the plants or from... Ooh, that kind of looks pretty cool. Broken window with the plants growing out of it. I don't know how close I can get them. My hands are shaking. This bar is pretty cool. What's around this way? I also don't want to get eaten by a snake. There's a fishing rod right there. Some Gorilla Glue. This place is actually really cool. Does not smell great though. Oh look, there's like a chessboard painted on that table over there. I'm gonna take a picture of this here window, and then I guess the last one will be of the that sign. Let me place this here. Let me see. Good, you can see my boobs. That's got the broken door in it. Now, how close can I get to this window? Oh, that's actually nice. If I back up, I can get a lot more of that there. Oh, but I kind of don't want the other window in front of me. But the window's rectangular. And it's, oh, but if I move to the side, now we're snocking. There's so many bugs floating around the camera. Now here's one I have a big complaint with. If you recall, just moments ago, you heard me say that I was totally framing out that second window. And yet here it is, bold as brass. Also, it's really interesting that the super bright green leaves are practically black in this picture. I don't know what's going on with that. I do not like this picture.
Nope, get off of me, mosquito. Alright. Last shot's gonna be over here. It's gonna be the broken fresh local seafood sign. Gah, baba da my leg. And then it's a gah, my leg. Then it's back to the I'm being eaten. Back to the car. Now, do I want it? I kind of wanted it from this angle. What is this? I can get... Ooh, I can actually... I don't know if you can see that. I can't see shit through this thing. Can I can actually get almost, or pretty much all the words in like that, but there's not that interesting a frame. What if I go into the driveway? Or the parking lot, I mean. Not the driveway. Is this any more interesting? Oh my god, look at all those bugs and the darkness of that window. It's slightly interesting. This camera is the same color as the building. I think. I don't know, I kind of like the angle better. What if I come over here and try to get these blinds in the shot as well? Oh yeah, that's better, in my opinion. That's a weird, it's like a loading door. That's interesting. Alright, let me remove this picture. Frog tongue is really nice. Legs are being attacked. Okay. So, how on earth? Let me maybe give you a sexier image to look at than the subject. Ooh, I can get the door in there as well? In this economy? Oh, and the frickin' and the cooler and the light? I don't want that other door in. Oh, I am a broken man, people. But that's... I got... Where's my finger? I got the cooler, got the door, got the light. That, and then it kind of cuts off at the building line. I didn't put this door in. And that's that. That is all the show. Let me turn the camera off. And... say goodbye to the Carolina something.
And now we get to the final one. Again, this was scanned with a terrible scanner. But even the actual print is soft everywhere except for the cooler. And I don't understand why. Again, weird framing, because I could have sworn I framed it so that the left side of the image stopped at the building line. There's the entire awning. I don't know what went down. But again, as I said slightly earlier in the video, I meticulous when I frame, then I take the picture, and then I immediately forget what my frame was, so who knows. Maybe I'm not meticulous when I frame. Cool in theory, poor in practice.
May your seafood be less creepy than this building is. Kind of cool though. Kind of real cool. I'm also ready to pass judgment on the black and white Polaroid film. I mean, look at that. It's blue. Oh my god. Okay, the viewfinder definitely lies, because I definitely cut off the end of the building where that awning is. Well, that'll be interesting. Anyway, the black and white film is perfect. It is exactly what I look for in my black and white imagery. It's ultra high contrast. The blacks are black, the whites are... the grays are delicious. There's so many cars here. Well, it's a highway, so... I mean, I can't put... well, I was gonna put the camera back in my pocket, but it's not that far a walk. So yeah, I love the I-type black and white. I've shot SX70 black and white, I think. It's now windy. Did I mention it was raining? And the SX70 black and white was much lighter. Maybe it was a camera I was shooting with, I don't know. I'll put a comparison up on the screen now, and I'll stop recording so you don't have to hear the wind. I'm gonna put this here, and we'll see how many times it falls on the way home. All right, closing thoughts on the Polaroid OneStep 2. There it goes. I knew it. The video's probably upside down right now. I'll fix that later by doing this. There, it's fixed now. I could have sworn that would have been it. Can I, like... Beautiful. I'll hold it in place like this. The camera. Maybe because it's newer. Maybe because it's Maybelline. But, damn, is it so much more convenient and easy to use than the SX70. Not to suggest the SX70 is complex, just that this one removes a bunch of variables and it just works. You can shoot inside. It's got a built-in flash. What is this guy doing? That is not a parking space. Okay. Jesus. There it goes again. All right, looks like we're going handheld. Get ready for some bumpy footage. It's so much more convenient to use than the SX70. Smaller, way lighter, and it's not broken like mine currently is. My SX70, that is. What else? What else? God, am I sweating. The I-type film. The Polaroid black and white 600. Ooh. Ooh, it's good. I love it. And I will definitely be purchasing more. I'll probably get some colored film also. I saw this camera when I first got it and took it apart. Well, I opened it to see if there was any film inside, and there was. And it was color film, but it had black frames, which is pretty cool. I look forward to shooting the circle frames eventually, but that is more expensive for less image, so I won't be shooting that anytime soon. All I can say is look forward to seeing this camera more and more and more in future videos, and that is good. And that if you can get your hands on one for 40 bucks like I did, it's good. And you should. The images are just so much more crisper and cleaner. Look at this. Look at this. By the time I got back to the car and took it out of my pocket, oh my God, that flash really blew out the side of that building. And also, that affected it way deeper than 8 feet. Look at that. That's crazy. You'll see proper scans. You've probably already seen them. I haven't looked at those pictures yet, except for that one just now, but I don't think that's done developing. We'll see. I mean, it's definitely not going to get better than that, but still. Look, thanks for watching.